Hi, I'm Chelly Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make a long-sleeved blouse to fit Barbie and similar sized fashion dolls. Before we begin, please go to my website chellywood.com to download and print this free PDF sewing pattern. Use the pattern to cut out all the pieces shown. Use a light box or window to mark the darts. I recommend using Dritz fabric pencils to mark your darts to avoid stains on the fabric. Once you've marked your darts, fold the fabric, stitch the darts, and where the fabric is bulky inside the dart, clip away the excess fabric. Follow these directions for both bodice fronts. Lay one bodice front on top of another, keeping right sides together. Stitch around the neck of the garment. Clip the neckline. Now I'm using Fisker Stitcher's mini snips for this. And if you need a pair of those, there is a helpful link in the description area below this video on YouTube. Alright, so you want to go very slowly. Of course, I've sped this up to save you time, but you want to go slowly when you use your little snips. Invert your shirt's front piece. That's what I'm doing here. Now let's work with the bodice backs for a while. Lay one back on top of another, keeping right sides together. Stitch around the neck, down the closure area, and across the bottom. It will look like this when you're done. Follow these directions for both back pieces. Clip seams and corners. Invert your shirt's back pieces. I like to use a chopstick to help me with inverting. And again, there's a link to chopsticks if you need some in the description area below. Here's my chopstick. You want to go very gently and give it a little twist in the corners with that chopstick. Go very gently. You don't want to poke all the way through. Press both backs. Press the front along the neckline. Now your three garment pieces will look like this. Lay one back on top of the shirt front and stitch them together at the shoulder. I'm using a back stitch for this. If you need help with the back stitch, I do have a tutorial for that. There's a link to my tutorial in the description area below. Lay the other back on top of the garment front, and again stitch along this shoulder area like you did before. Open the bodice up like this. Lay one sleeve over the top at the underarm area, keeping right sides together. Stitch from the underarm to about 1 centimeter shy of the shoulder seam. Then tie a knot to end your stitch. Rotate the sleeve around to the other underarm, and here's what I mean by that. Here's my semi-attached sleeve. And I'm going to bring that rounded area at the top of the sleeve to the underarm area of the bodice. Again, stitch from the underarm to 1 centimeter shy of the shoulder seam. This will leave a gap at the top of your sleeve, and you want that. Gather the gap area at the top of the sleeve until it fits into the groove of the shoulder. Now again, if you need help with gathering, I have a tutorial for that. And here I am in the crux of gathering my sleeve top. So you can see I'm going to give it a little pull, and then I'm going to fit it into that sort of underarm area, or shoulder area, I guess is a better description. Now attach the gathers, sewing from where your stitches ended on one side to where your stitches ended on the other side. Now your sleeve should look like this. Follow the same steps to attach the other sleeve. Hem the end of each sleeve by folding once and then a second time. And either whip stitch or use a sewing machine to hem the end of your sleeve. If you need help with the whip stitch, I have a tutorial for that. Just look in the description below this video. Now that both sleeves have been hemmed, turn your shirt over so you're looking at the right side of the garment. Fold one of your sleeves in half like this. Okay, so I'm looking at the right side, but when I fold it in half, I'm now seeing all the seams, and that's what you want. We call that the wrong side. Stitch from the sleeve's hem to the underarm and turn at the underarm to sew down the side, but end your stitches 1.5 centimeters from the hemmed edge of the back of the shirt. Tie a knot there. Fold the other sleeve in half. Stitch it from hem to underarm, stopping at about the same distance as before. Hold your shirt like this and fold the raw edges of the shirt front inside between the shirt's outer fabric and its lining. Pin this in place. Okay, so that's tricky to understand. Let me explain with a little video. Alright, so you'll see that the front has a lot of raw edges. We need to tuck those raw edges inside between the bodice's two pieces. So there's a lining and then there's an outer front piece. And we're going to just tuck those raw edges inside like that. And once you feel like you've got it tucked in pretty good, go ahead and use a straight pin to hold it in place. That's what I'm doing here. Just a little in and out with the straight pin to hold that in place. And then you can finish tucking in the rest of it. Before you stitch this up, make sure the garment's sides match in length. Okay, so I've finished pinning. Now I see, is this even, or do I need to make that front tuck in a little deeper? It looks pretty even, really, but you need to take the time to check that. Now it's okay to finish the bottom of the front of the bodice, so we're going to whip stitch to close the bottom of the shirt front, removing your straight pins as you go. Close the gaps on each side of the shirt, stitching from where you stopped sewing, just beneath the underarm, to the finished edge of the bottom of the shirt. Clip seams at the shirt's underarm areas. Again, I'll be using my handy Fiskars minis. And I'm sorry it's a little wobbly here. I got a new phone and I was kind of struggling with it. Invert the shirt Okay, once again, I use a chopstick for this. But you want to go gently, okay, very gently with your chopstick. Add a row of 4 snaps to the back of the shirt as a means of closure. If you need help sewing your snaps on the fabric, once again, I have a tutorial for that, of course. Just look in the description below this video on YouTube. Now you're ready to try the shirt on a doll. For more free printable PDF sewing patterns for making doll clothes to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, chellywood.com. And you'll notice the little Ken outfit and the poodle skirt. I have free patterns for those as well. Just visit my website to find them. If, like me, you happen to have an ugly childhood fairy who tends to inspire your arts and crafts, then you may benefit from my life balance to-do list. It helps you plan not just your arts and crafts, but it helps you organize your family chores while also rewarding yourself from time to time. Now, if that seems tricky, it also comes with an idea generator to help you fill in the blanks with helpful goals. You can fill it out digitally, or you can print it and fill it out by hand. There's a link to this product in the description.